It is important to eat right for optimal health, but it is also important to eat at the right times. Studies have shown that eating first thing in the morning reduces the risk of heart problems. They monitored over 1 lakh individuals for 7 years to investigate the impact of eating at a specific time on heart health. What is more than good nutrition? Why, when you eat matters and how it impacts your heart. Eating right and when are crucial to heart health. New research released in Nature Communications shows that heart health and the amount of nutrients you eat can affect your risk of heart disease. In what way did the studies help us? For 7 years, researchers looked at the eating habit of more than 1 lakh people to see if there was a link between when people eat and their heart health. To ensure accurate results, the researchers examined a wide range of factors, including gender, age, diet, lifestyle, and sleep routines. Breakfast is important. Why waking up early is a good idea? Heart disease risk went up for people who either didn't eat breakfast or ate it later in the day. According to researchers, interestingly, delaying breakfast increased the risk by 6% for every hour. For example, eating breakfast at 9 am instead of 8 am increased the risk by 6%. Now, what could go wrong if you ate dinner late at night? Eating dinner after 9 pm instead of before 8 pm increased the risk of stroke by an astonishing 28%, primarily among women. Our blood sugar and blood pressure might have been different because eating so late at night messed up our natural rhythm. A pleasant surprise, the heart health benefit of overnight fasting. It is important to note that some heart problems became less common when people took longer breaks between meals. It appears that eating the first and last meal earlier promotes the best heart health. Girls and women should be aware of differences. When men and women ate later, the benefits were stronger for women. Eating dinner later did not raise the risk of major cardiovascular disease, but it did raise the risk of TIA or stroke by 8% for every hour the dinner was later. Men whose meals were late had an 11% higher risk of getting serious heart disease. There is a fresh data on the potential health advantages of fasting. There are ample proof that not eating for a longer time before breakfast could lower the risk of having a stroke. It looks like people who picked to fast for longer amount of time and eat breakfast early got more out of it than people who ate later and skipped breakfast. Last word, heart healthy times. This study says that you should carefully think about both when you and how nutritious your meal are. Following a regular routines and eating breakfast and dinner at normal time may help lower the risk of heart disease. We can make the future better one bit at a time if we respect the balance between meals and heart health and work together to make a fitness symphony. First one, how much should I eat? What will happen to my heart? Is eating time related to heart health? According to research, eating at certain time has an effect on heart health. Not eating often, especially in the morning and evening, may increase heart disease risk. Second, what difference does missing breakfast make to your heart health? If you skip breakfast, your chance of getting heart disease goes up. Delaying breakfast increases the likelihood of heart problems by 6% every hour. Third one, which is worse, eating food late or not at all? If you eat breakfast late in the day or not at all, you have a higher chance of getting heart disease. However, it appeared that eating breakfast later in the day had a slightly stronger effect. Fourth one, why are late night meals detrimental to your heart health? Eating dinner after 9 pm instead of before 8 pm increases the risk of stroke by 28%, primarily among women. If we eat late at night, it can mess up our natural rhythm. Fifth one, are there differences between men and women in how meal time makes them feel? It appears that eating late has a greater impact on women than on men. For women, putting off supper greatly increased their risk of having a stroke. For men, putting off breakfast had a bigger effect. Sixth one, what is the impact of overnight fasting on heart health? Fewer heart problems may happen to people who wait longer between their last meal and their first meal the next day. If people ate their meal earlier in the day, their heart health might be better. 7. How does taking longer to digest affect the health of your heart? Delaying digestion can lead to problems with blood sugar and blood pressure, as well as long-term damage to both blood vessels and heart tissues. 8. Is there a link between eating late and having a heart attack? Eating late in the day, particularly dinner after 9 pm, has been associated with an increased risk of a stroke and transient ischemic attack (TIA), both of which can lead to heart problems. 9. Changing when you eat can lower your risk of getting heart disease. Eating breakfast and dinner earlier can help lower your risk of heart disease, but it is not a miracle cure. You should still eat a healthier diet. 10. Can method for fasting every so often be beneficial for heart health? Some studies suggest that fasting for a long time at night may be good for your health, including lowering your risk of a stroke. However, further research is necessary to fully comprehend the immediate effect. 11. How much of an impact does meal time have compared to the quality of the food? Eating at the right times does affect heart health, but it is still important to eat well in general. Eating at the right time doesn't replace a healthy diet, it works with it. 12. Are late night snacks harmful for your heart? If you snack late at night, especially if the food is heavy or harmful, it can mess up your circadian rhythm and cause a heart problem. 30. Does the time of day when people eat have the same effect on them? Different people may react differently to different food. When people eat, it varies based on their health, age, gender, and how they live their lives. 4th, how many big meals a day are better for your heart health? How many small meals a day is better? This study did not find that the number of meals had a significant effect. First and last meal time matters more. 15. How close to bedtime should I avoid eating to maintain heart health? If you want to keep your heart healthy, avoid eating large meals right before bed. You should eat earlier so that your body has time to break down the food before going to bed. 16. Does when you eat have an effect on your heart health? Eating does affect the health of your heart. Metabolic factors like blood pressure, cholesterol and glucose level can have an effect on heart health. Eating late at night and at times can mess up eating habit. Now last thought. While this study highlights the need for further research on the relationship between eating habit and heart health, it also provides valuable insight. However, it serves as a strict reminder that our eating habits significantly impact our heart health. Therefore, if you wish to maintain heart health, you may consider eating breakfast and dinner early.